July 5th, 2026. Dear Scared Me. How do you handle the pressure of helping someone who has mental health issues when you are still fighting them within yourself? Today was a really hard day for me. I woke up much later than I usually do and things just felt off. I would wake up, look at my phone, go back to sleep. Wake up, look at my phone, go back to sleep. I must have slept until near noon today, which is completely unlike me. And then I just felt thrown off. So I got up and started my normal routine. I made my bed. I took a shower. I got ready for the day. And something still felt off. Came out to my kitchen, looked around, went to my living room, set my phone down. Something still felt off. I started laundry, and then I made the dogs food, and then I grabbed food for myself and sat down and thought, okay, everything seems normal, but something still felt off. Couldn't describe it, couldn't explain it, couldn't see it, couldn't hear it, couldn't feel it, but something was off. Okay, well, maybe it's just all in my head. So I sit down in front of our TV and I'm just kind of zoned out. Sometimes it's easier to do that. TV on, TikTok going on my phone, anything to keep my mind moving. And I was okay. And then I get a message from my kid who's freaking out. Reasonably so. He has gotten messages from his friend and it doesn't look good. And he doesn't hear from his friend. And he can't reach his friend. And so he's freaking out. And in turn of him freaking out, I'm trying to help. And I'm silently freaking out myself because I don't want him to see me that way. I want him to see me as someone he can come to and I'll help take care of his problems. And so I'm sitting on the couch and because they're teens, he's a teen, we're texting back and forth. Me in the living room, him in his bedroom. I'm trying to figure out what the next step is. How do I move forward? What choices do I need to make? What do I say? And I am scared out of my mind because I don't want to make the wrong choice. And so I'm communicating with my kid. Okay, so option A is this. That's what this looks like. Option B is that. What does that look like? And he's pretty shaken up. Doesn't react well to option A. Okay, that's fine. We will figure something else out. I get up and I go to his room and I walk inside and I can see it. He's internalized it all. And I'm sitting on his floor and I'm talking to him and I know that it's affecting me because all of a sudden I feel this need to clean around me, which isn't helpful for him because he's not looking for me to come in and clean his room. It's not what he needs. And so I sit there and I talk and I ask questions. But what are you supposed to do? What's the right thing to say when someone's going through a hard time? Yeah, there's that whole, you'll be okay, you'll get through it. When has hearing that ever made anybody feel better? There's the, I know how you feel. And again, that has never made me feel better. So I said, I know there aren't any words that can make you feel better right now. Nothing would make this feel better right now. Would you like me to sit with you? Because sometimes words aren't enough. The best I can give you is my presence. And he said he didn't know. And I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you sit here and process your emotions. And I will come and check on you periodically. Okay. So I get up and I leave the room and I am frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm scared. I'm all of these feelings. Somewhere in between texting my kid and that conversation, I had gone outside to call my best friend. And I was just like, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this. Because if there's anything I do well, it's empathize. So if my kid's struggling, I'm going to pick up on that and I'm going to feel those feelings. So I'm scared and I'm getting anxious and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or if I'm handling it the right way. And again, what is the right thing? What is the right way? There is no manual that says this is how you're supposed to handle something of this magnitude. We don't get a how-to book for dummies on how to deal with emotions. I can't magically make you feel better. I can't wish it away by blowing out candles. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But I know that I'm feeling very alone. I am doing the best that I can with what I have, and I'm just dying for someone to help. I'm getting angry. And the easiest person to get angry at is my husband. So I get off the phone with my best friend, and it's at that point I'm really anxious. And I have a PRN for anxiety medicine. So I tell her I'm going to get off the phone. I'm going to go take this medication because I know that I need it to calm down. So I come inside, and instead of going to take the medication, I go sit on the couch. And then my husband is there, and we're talking. And it's, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Well, what's wrong? I feel like I'm handling this by myself. You didn't say anything. You said, and that's not true. He did say something. The conversation started off at 1:40 something. At 1:51, my husband said, "That's scary." And then silence. Silence. And I know that now is not the time to go silent. My kid is in a spiral. They're going to spiral hard. What do? How do I react? I don't know. The words aren't there. And he's like, oh, well, this is why I said that. And like, I get it. Calm me gets it. Emotional me did not get it. Freaked out about it. So we played it by ear, which looked like my husband asked me over and over again if I wanted lunch. Because somehow in our household, food is always the answer. What? You have big feelings? Eat something. You have small feelings? Eat something. You have no feelings? Eat something. It's not the healthiest by any stretch of the imagination. But a lot of the times it does indeed work. When I'm really angry, usually it's because I need to eat something. I have an eating disorder in the sense that I've got disordered eating. I know, that's what that means, right? But it's not like I throw up or I keep myself from eating. It's when I have these really big emotions, food's off the table. Like, my thought process isn't hey, I need to take care of myself in that way. It's like everything shuts down and I just won't eat. So, I get it. I understand it. And I still think that it is, like everything else, scary. So we figure out what to do for lunch. We make lunch. We sit down and eat it. And I continue to doom scroll. Because what else could I possibly do? And then I find this TikTok, which makes me irrationally upset, which lets me know that my emotions were all over the place. So I'm watching this TikTok, and it comes up with this recipe for homemade Nesquik. And I'm thinking, there's no way on God's green earth could it be that easy to make homemade Nesquik. Like, I spend $5 for the stuff at the store. It cannot possibly be that easy. So, it tells me that it's 3 ingredients: cocoa powder, sugar, and salt. I have all 3 of those in my pantry. There's no way you're going to tell me this is going to work. So I get up, and I go to my kitchen, and I mix all the ingredients together, and then I tell my husband he has to try it. I'm going to make him a chocolate milk. He loves chocolate milk. So, I put it in the milk, I stir it all up, I give it to him, and he, without knowing, mind you, says, "This tastes just like Nesquik." You've got to be shitting me. I'm sorry. What? Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. All this time, no, sir, no. Do you like it? Yes, I like it. Are you just telling me that to appease me? I need to know if indeed you really like it. No, I like it. Okay, I need a second opinion. Go find out if our kid likes chocolate milk. So he goes, knocks on our kid's door, says, "Hey, do you like chocolate milk?" It's a whole thing. My kid's like, "Yeah, I like chocolate milk." So I'm like, well then, I need you to try it for me because I need a second opinion on if this Nesquik thing is a thing. My kid drinks almond milk. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to mix it with the almond milk. That'll be the true test if this works. So I do it. And he drinks it. And he's like, yeah, tastes like chocolate milk. I cannot explain the irrational anger that I had in chocolate milk. Because that's how all over the place my emotions were today. How could you have simple ingredients all this time and not know that it made Nesquik? I buy chocolate syrup by the buttloads. My husband loves chocolate milk. This man goes through copious amounts of chocolate milk when he cannot sleep. And all this time, I had all the ingredients for it. And then my husband is sitting on the couch, and he's looking at me. And every few minutes, he looks up at me and he laughs. Why are you laughing at me? You are really upset by this. I am extremely upset by this. But it's chocolate milk. It's not just chocolate milk. This day has been a lot. The chocolate milk just gets the brunt of it. Because what else do I do with my emotions other than get upset insanely over chocolate milk? I recognize now that it was irrational. In that moment, it was not irrational. It was perfectly reasonable that I would get upset, but I could make chocolate milk at home and it would save me money. And be healthier. Oh my God. 3 ingredients that I already have. No extra crap in it. What is the world coming to? I digress. I made the chocolate milk. I got the stuff in my cabinet. Then goes the other spiral. Well, if I can do that, I can make banana milk reasonably. I love banana milk. Hard to find. Sounds weird? The most amazing thing on the planet. So then I'm like, is there such thing as banana powder? There is. There is a such thing as banana powder. Okay, so now, because how my brain works, I have to redo everything in my kitchen. And my husband goes, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I have to redo everything in my kitchen. how does chocolate milk mean everything in your kitchen has to be redone? Logically, it says that I need to make more things from scratch, which means I need to buy more mason jars. And when she goes, the mason jars you already have don't work. Well, theoretically speaking, the ones I already have are for yogurt that I haven't made in years. But if I choose to make yogurt, those are for that. So clearly, logically, I need new mason jars to make seasonings in banana milk mix in my house. So my husband's response to that is, what do you want for dinner, bro? Stop trying to feed my emotions. Okay, fine. Well, these are the options. We could have Sloppy Joe. Love Sloppy Joe. Or we could have burgers, depending on if we're kiddies. Kid's not a big fan of Sloppy Joe. So my husband asks, hey, do you want to eat? Kid says, sure. My husband goes, guess we're having burgers. Okay. Fine. At which my husband then goes, but I'm going to cook them later. I'm going to go have a phone call with my son. Okay. I didn't see that coming. I thought we were, sure. I can be flexible, but I can't because not how my brain works. So I go and I sit in the living room and I just wait. And then my kid starts sending messages. Hey, don't really count on me eating. I'm not really hungry. Do with that as you will. And I'm just like, bro, he's not even cooking yet. Not even worried about that conversation. And then I hear crying. Well, I say crying. I more mean sobbing. I hear sobbing. And I'm like, WTF. So I get up and I go check on my kid. And my kid's just a puddle. So much so that I offered a hug. Guys, I don't do physical touch. Physical touch is odd to me. And so I only offer it in extreme occasions. And this was an extreme occasion. So I offered a hug. And he came and he just kind of into my arms, bawling. And I'm like, okay, well, guessing thing is still the thing from the earlier. And so we're dealing with that. And my husband recognizes at some point in time that all the stuff. And he gets off the phone and gets off his game and comes in and is like, what's going on? And I'm just like, can't use my words. And then I ask my kid, do you want to go for a walk? Yes. And I tell my husband, because that is the unspoken rule in this household. You can want to go for a walk, but that instantly means dad. For whatever reason, although I'm supposed to be walking for exercise, my brain does not connect those dots yet. So I'm like, hey, you should get your shoes on so you can go for a walk. Turn to my husband, you should also get your shoes on so you can go for a walk. Great. So they go for a walk. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Again, I want to be helpful. I would like to look my kid in the face and be like, I'm there for you. I got this. I don't got this. How do I help him when I can't help me? Guys, there's not an answer for that. So they go for their walk, and me and the dog sit here, and I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna take some meds and go to bed. But I don't go right away to take my meds because little secret about me, I hate taking my meds. It's just a thing. So I wait, and then they come back, and he does not sound as upset as he left. And then my husband comes in, and my husband goes, we're back. Yeah, the dog's alerted because that's a whole other story. My dogs are special. So then my kiddo goes back to his room. Somewhere they went and got ice cream earlier today, but that is neither here nor there in this conversation. So he goes back to his room. And then I get a text message that the thing that we were worried about is not a thing at the moment. It's a thing, but it's not a thing. The thing that we thought was a thing is a thing, but not as badly as a thing. My emotions have been all over the place today, guys. I've just been scared. Because again, in that situation, what do you do? There is no manual that says when your kid says A, B is the reaction you're supposed to have. And then when you say C, A will magically go away. That doesn't work. I mean, realistically speaking, if that was to work, then my mom probably should have had that conversation back when I was 10 and my grandmother passed. Clearly, that's not how that works. And so instead, I spent the day scared because What do I do? How do I handle it? What do I say? What do you do? And I feel like that is a question that we all ask ourselves all the time. What do we do? It would be fantastic if we had a manual where we could open up and it says, the person looked at me weird, and then, like, this is how you respond. Bro, I would use the fuck out of that book. People look at me weird all the time. I have been crying since I was a little girl because that guy looked at me weird and he must hate me. I was told I was a crybaby. I could tell from the look that he hated me. In which my mom would respond, he doesn't even know you. And yet, that has not stopped him from looking at me like he hates me. Could you imagine having a mental health book that didn't talk about, like, use your breathing skills, use your coping skills? I don't need a coping skill. I need you to tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do, what my face is supposed to look like, and how I'm supposed to say it to get through the moment. Because if I get through the moment my way, I'm crashing. I will find someone else to get angry with. I will find somebody else to blame. I will do all the things that you were told to not do in the event of an emergency. Because why not? But if you told me, like, the sky was falling, I could handle that with no problem. Got you, boo. What, the car crashed? Not an issue. You are having an emotional reaction to something? Feel the feelings and don't do something stupid. Which, I mean, yeah, great advice, but also really shitty advice. Today was hard. It's the 5th day of the month. And today was hard. I've got 26 more days in July to make it. And that seems like a long month. But the quicker I get through July, the closer I am to September, which is about the only thing that's going to keep me going right now. Why, you ask? Because September's a great month. It's a holiday month. It's my birthday, which makes it a holiday month. Yes, I recognize it also has Labor Day. Sure, whatever. It's mainly a holiday because of my birthday. So, I will push forward. I will keep writing in my journal. I will keep having the hard conversations when I don't like having the hard conversations. I will feel the feelings instead of medicating the feelings. Today I really wanted to medicate the feelings. Didn't, because taking my Purine makes me extremely tired, and that would have just wiped away my whole day, and I didn't want to do that. So instead, I sat with them, which is what I would suggest for anybody else to do, but when the advice is for myself. When the advice is for myself, it's hard. I don't like being scared. I don't like being worried or concerned. Not for myself. I can handle it when it's somebody else. I can be scared for you. I could worry about you. That's okay. Being worried about my kiddo, perfectly fine. Being scared for my kiddo, perfectly fine. The minute that I have to internalize all those emotions, well, that's scary. So today, I was scared. And instead of doing my usual shut down and hide thing, which I am amazing at, I have perfected the art of shutting down, I maintained, and I talked to people, and I stayed in my living room, and I interacted, because I recognize that the things that I usually want to do when I'm in that headspace are not helpful. So I survived, and ended up with a very interesting journal entry that I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to say today when I woke up this morning, because I didn't think anything was going to happen today, and Silly me. Not what happened. But I made it through today. But I understand that for many of us, there's lots of days like that where emotions are big and they're scary and we don't know how to handle them and we don't know how to share them with people because a lot of people make a lot of judgments. They make snap judgments. The amount of times I've heard people say, so-and-so's doing something for the attention. Even if they are, they're still hurting. That should mean something. So if you're out there and you're still hurting and you're still trying to figure things out, I'd love to figure them out with you. I'd love to talk about it, hear about it, work through it. I know that I feel better when I'm able to talk to somebody and have someone just listen to me. You don't have to understand all the nuances of what I'm feeling. You just have to be able to listen without judgment. So, just remember, today is another page in the story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your slice of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.